So today I'm going to be discussing which Disney live action remakes will fail. And yeah, I might talk about which ones will succeed, but I can't be asked to be too positive. So which one will fail? So yes, in today's video I'm going to go through all of the Disney live action remakes that are either rumoured or confirmed to be in development, and basically see whether they'll actually work out or not, because a lot of the ones that have been announced seem very weird. But first, let's spread some positivity and talk about some of the films that, yeah, I think these could work. So first off, I think the live action Mulan looks very good. And yes, it doesn't have the dragon or the singing, and while I would prefer a live action remake to have these elements in, this still looks like a very good story with important messages. The action in this looks pretty good. Seems like they've put a lot of budget into it. And overall, the main point of this video is I think this works for a live action remake, especially when most of the characters in it are human characters, and therefore a live action remake kind of makes sense. I also think the Cruella film with Emma Stone is going to be quite good. This is mainly because Emma Stone is a brilliant actress, and overall, this, instead of something like Maleficent, where no one really cares about her, I think Cruella is one of those villains that it'll be really interesting to delve into her history and see why she became what she did, and I think that could overall be a really interesting premise, and therefore I think a lot of people like myself will be intrigued with what they do with this film. I also have quite high hopes for the Little Mermaid remake, mainly because of Lin-Manuel Miranda. I think the original Little Mermaid is quite good, but I think some new songs from Lin, yeah, that could really do well. Plus, sticking with the Hamilton theme, Daveed Diggs playing Sebastian, yeah, I can see that as a very good casting choice. And overall, I'm excited in the direction this is going in. I can also see the Pinocchio movie with Robert Zemeckis directing. I think that could be quite good. Again, the Pinocchio story lends itself to this live action type telling, and while I think they might want to make some significant changes to revitalise this quite old story, I think overall, yeah, I have a lot of faith in this one. And finally, Hercules. We've seen Hercules films in the past where it just tells the Greek story, and whilst those types of films are very good as big screen entertainment, what I think a lot of people are crying out for is the proper Disney-fied version with the songs and the fun. And I think overall, this style of film genuinely lends itself to a live-action version. So overall, I am really excited for a live-action Hercules. Now, let's look at some live-action remakes that won't work in the slightest. First of all, for some reason, they're making a Snow White and the Seven Dwarves remake. Now, you might think, like I've previously said, yeah, this story kind of does lend itself to a live-action remake. But I think this is kind of has the similar problem with Cinderella, where the original film followed a very basic structure, and therefore there wasn't much they could actually add to the film when they did a live-action remake. Because it's very hard to strike that fine line between too similar to the original source material and too different to the original source material. I think overall they'd either change a lot, which would make some people happy, or they'd just do it completely the same, which would make others happy. They're also planning on making a live-action Bambi, and this definitely gives me Lion King vibes. It won't be that terrible, mainly because Lion King is such a beloved property compared to Bambi, which is quite loved, but not quite to the level of Lion King. My main wish for this film would be for Disney to really learn their mistake with what they did with The Lion King, because you need these animals to feel expressive, because otherwise, what's the point? It's like when Mufasa dies in the live-action Lion King. When Bambi's mother gets shot, Bambi needs to look sad and can't just look like an animal staring at a corpse. And the main film that made me want to make this video is they're doing a live-action Robin Hood. If you don't know, as it's not the most well-known film of all time, it's quite popular, it's got quite a lot of fans. But Disney, in the 70s, made a Robin Hood film with a fox and a bear playing some of the lead roles. And yeah, I grew up with that film. I really, really love it. And it's all part of this negative trend we keep seeing in Disney live-action remakes, where they need to pick up on films that have a mainly human cast. I definitely think you lose the heart of the film by just remaking it with some slightly better CGI. I genuinely don't have the faith in the creative team to make this a wild, bubbly adventure that everyone can enjoy, because I don't think they can do it. I think making a live-action remake out of the Robin Hood property is pretty much impossible. So those are my thoughts on some of the announced Disney live-action remakes. What do you guys think? Are there any that you think, nope, they can do? Or are there any of them that you think, yeah, that one's definitely going to turn out like Dumbo? Anyway, if you like this video, click like, and yeah, please subscribe to me. Yeah, I don't usually talk about Disney on this channel, so hopefully that gets some views. Have a nice day, and I'll see you soon.
This is Willany, and if you're not already subscribed to the Nerdy Brit, right, you should be, right? If you're not, you're a loser too.
They'd do it completely the same, which would make us